Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You're going to have to excuse the mess. Kate's going through her closet, bringing stuff in here to get rid of. So we've got a mess going on, a big mess. Darn. Good morning. How are y'all this morning? Maybe I shouldn't lit up a smoke this morning. It's the first one I had this morning, and man, it's kicking my butt. So y'all doing all right? I wish I knew. My sinuses, I cleaned out the chicken house yesterday, and my sinuses are just running rampant. All that dust. I woke up this morning, my eyes were matted. I had to wash them out. But it's from all the chicken poo dust. Yeah. But I got a new, well, it ain't new. The big chick thing that I used to have, that I raised my Bantams and all that in, I wanted in my chicken house for my baby chicks. One of the YouTubers, Okie Rob, he gave me 38 baby chicks. So Thursday, I believe it was, I had to go pick them up. And I had a small chick. Yeah, I know. I should have had a mask on, but I didn't. I'm not that bright. What was I saying? I had that small chick deal in there. And for 38 chicks, it just wasn't big enough. So I'd been wanting the big one in there for a couple of years, to be quite honest. And I couldn't move it in there by myself. So yesterday, my daughter, her boyfriend, and Rick was here, and I caught all the mussels here at once. And we carried that big heavy booger in there. And now my chicks have a huge area to run in. Yeah, 38 chicks was a major blessing. And he sent me home some quail eggs, so I've got to get them incubated. When my daughter moved into the cabin, she was griping about my big incubator, so I gave my big incubator to Okie Rob. And he hatched out a bunch of chicks and he ended up didn't have time for the chicks. So he sent me the chicks. So in a way, I still got benefits from the incubator I gave him. So he hatched out the chicks and sent them to me, which I'm not going to complain. I love it. Now I've just got to get my little incubator going and get those quail eggs in it. I hope they're still good. I've had them several days. So, but the first thing out of my husband's mouth is he looked at me and he goes, "Oh, crap." I said, "What?" He said, "I suppose you're going to want quail cages now." I said, "Just a little." Oh. Good morning, Silhouette. So, Em, how are you doing this morning? But yeah, we're gonna have to build quail cages. So y'all, I had him busy. He was on vacation. He was on vacation last week, and I told him, I said, we gotta get fences built. He looked at me. I said, we gotta get shelves built. He looked at me. So bless his heart, during the day he was working on putting in, or we were working on putting in posts. And at night, he brought in this lumber. Oh, it's 10:40 p.m. there. Anyway, he brought in this lumber to fix my shelves. And I looked at it, looked like he brought in puzzle pieces. And I looked at him, I said, "What are you doing?" Because I was going to start working on the shelves. I said, "I was going to work on them shelves," but I said, "You brought in this big old puzzle." Morning, morning, Wes. And he goes, "Well, by golly, I want it to withstand you." He said, I want those shelves to where if we need to, you can sleep on them." I just looked at him. I thought, my butt ain't gonna be sleep on them. Them shelves ain't that wide. So during the day, we was doing fence posts. At night, we were working on shelves. So I am about to have a decent sized food pantry in my house. I ain't got to run some other place to grab my stuff and bring it back home. Oh, I know, Wiz. It's crazy. It's crazy. Morning, Bonnie. But it's just things are getting crazier too. Well, good morning, Margie. I tell you what, me too. I was blessed too, honey. Morning, Jibber. I tell you what, I've been trying to get food going double time. Good morning, Wayne. Man, Wes, I did too. Well, almost. I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. I didn't know nothing till 7:30 this morning. It was nice. But when I woke up, oh my gosh, it was horrible. My eyes was matted shut. My nose is all screwed up. But my sinuses are all, eh. My eyes were all matted. Cleaned out the chicken house, so I put myself in a bad situation. Oh, wow. Dang it. Well, I went to bed at 9:30 last night. 9 or 9:30. Yeah, 9 or 9:30, which is early for me. Morning 8, and I didn't know nothing until 7:30 this morning. Rick's alarm didn't even wake me up. He didn't even wake me up to get Kate off to school. I guess he just got her off to school himself. I was dead to the world. I know, that's the way my body did. I hadn't been getting a whole lot of sleep trying to get stuff done. We've been going through closets. We got messes going on here. We got to, I wish I had people close to me that we could give stuff to because these are good clothes. I'm halfway tempted to tell Kate Bug to just start taking a few clothes with her at a time to school and seeing if other kids want them. So oh, you're drafting sheep and building a new chicken pen tomorrow. I just got my chicken pen up and Rick's going to tear the blame thing down because he wants to do things a different way. I looked at him. I said, darn it, Rick. I just got the booger put up. Thank gosh I did it in panels. I don't know if the Red Cross would come all the way out here, Margie. I live quite a ways from town. Yeah, I gotta get out there and get that cleaned up too, because when we took everything out of that building, my truck was loaded down to where we could move the building. Rick started griping because my truck was in his shop, so I had to get everything out of my truck, out of my Durango, put back in that building. And it ain't up in the lofts like it was. It's all downstairs because I wasn't climbing up and down. So I got to get it all cleaned up. I got to get that wiring put in there. I got to get my propane tank moved to where it has heat. I got a lot of crap to do. Well, our Salvation Army, Marge, went out of business because crooks were running the Salvation Army. We got a Goodwill, but they don't. It's the weirdest thing you ever seen. Their Goodwill there is strangest Goodwill you've ever seen. So that the closest town to me is 20, 25 miles away. Yeah, it was run by crooks. They were, oh my gosh, they were, from what I understand, they were embezzling money left and right. And it only took them 20 years to figure it out. There might be a church, but I'd have to take it to them. They won't come clear out here. No, Abby. No, I don't want you up here. No. But I told Kate, I said, there's a bunch of kids at your school. They need clothes. I said, just take a few of them and start giving them away. Because she goes to a little old country school, and really, you ain't got no clothes. And she goes to a little old country school. So, oh, night silhouette, sleep good. Yeah, I understand. So, with her going to that little country, y'all want a cat? I am not a cat person. If it wasn't for that being my granddaughter's cat, it wouldn't be here. Oh my gosh. There was only 2 or 3 cats in my life that I liked. I like her. I just don't. She don't want nothing to do with me unless I'm talking on the computer. And then she has to show her butt. So are y'all getting ready for the fecal matter hitting the oscillating unit? I don't think we'll have as much of it here in Oklahoma as the blue states. I gotta let a dog in. I'll be right back. He's gonna tear my door down if I don't. Oh, Domino. No, maybe not. Guess that was Bella. Bear, you want out? No, you want to eat? Okay. Yeah, I had to let a dog out. Well, she's got a clean litter box. I've already done that this morning. She has food. She has water. She's just Abby. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Don't you give me that evil look. Well, yeah, I can, but man, some of them are nice clothes. I mean, Kate's family from Texas, send her. They're. Let's just say they don't have. They don't have as scarce means as we do here, and they shop the fancy places. And Kate says, "Mama, I'm not fancy." So some of those clothes wouldn't be. I mean, they're nice looking clothes, but the material that they're made out of would not be suiting to wipe your rear on. If you get my drift. So yeah, that's yeah. I know a little old lady down the road that makes quilts, but I don't know that she could make quilts out of this stuff. It's a different. I mean, you can make a quilt out of anything, but I don't know how it would feel because some of that stuff is just a. To me, it feels like a polyester rayon taffeta blend. Is what it feels like. It's weird. It's a weird. It's I don't know how to explain it. Well, I make quilts too, but I would feel guilty cutting them up. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I know some of those shirts they paid outrageous prices for. If I spend over $3 for a T-shirt, I'm like, that's expensive. But one of her, one of Kate's great aunts has never had a daughter, or never had a little girl to buy for, so she thinks she's got to buy for Kate. And the little lady is 89 years old. Okay. And she's trying to buy for a teenager. And, well, y'all know how it goes. Kay goes, Mama, they're pretty clothes. She said, but I'm not a grandma. I mean, if I was tiny enough, I would wear them. But shoot, for. Yeah, it would be a very expensive quilt. But yeah, if I was just in my skinny days, I couldn't have even wore those. Because Kate's built, her build is, her frame is so tiny. And my frame was not ever that tiny. I was built like a brick crap house, but I had bigger bones. Good morning, Christy. Man, I wish my sinuses would quit running. Yeah, I know. That's why I said for her to take them to school and see if any other kids wanted them. Because if they don't, then we'll have to find something to do with them. I ain't gonna throw them in the trash. I won't do that. She got this little coat out last night, and she says, "Well, it says it's a size 14." She's talking about little kids. I said, "Well, see if it still works." And she put it on, and she put her arms out and hit her right here in the arms. She goes, "Mama," she said, "I don't think it's going to work." I said, "I don't think it's going to work either." Oh, the farm animals. Well, Lovey is a B word to the other cattle. Chickens are doing good. Okie Rob sent me 38 baby chicks. He sent me quail eggs. The pigs are a pain in the butt. The goats are driving me bonkers. All in all, everything's doing wonderful. The goats, I let that stupid dog in. You need to make up your mind, in or out. Hurry up, in or out. Man, it's chilly this morning. Well, Bear Bear pooped. I can look into it. I don't know what that is. Oh, my lands. Rick, we were sitting out there at the picnic table yesterday evening after we got the chicken deal moved and worked some more on the fence. We're sitting over there at the picnic table, and Dixie come up. And he looked at Dixie and he just busted out laughing. And I said, "What is your deal?" He said, "You need to put some lipstick on that goat." He said, "There's just something about that goat that needs lipstick." And she turned and she looked at me, and I could picture the lipstick on her, and I just busted out laughing. Oh, I'm going to have to try that. But yeah, he wants me to put lipstick on Dixie. He said, "There's something about that goat. She just needs lipstick." He said, "I think it would be hilarious." But she's kind of how do I put it? She's kind of a prissy goat, you, you know, compared to the others. So yeah, well, see, she's my milk goat. She's real lovable. She'd probably eat the lipstick where you're trying to put it on her. She's just very. She's just very laid back and loving. But I just busted out laughing, and I could picture lipstick on her face. But Rick goes, that goat needs lipstick." So I'm like, oh my lands. All right, CJM. You take care. Have a blessed day. But everybody that's in here, please, 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 please be putting back food storage because I have a feeling you're going to need it. Even if it's just 3 months, put 3 months worth of food back. I used to have a lot more food than I do now, but I kept having kids move in on me. I told Rick, I said, well, I know we got at least 3 months. So we're trying to get more put back. But my deal is the supply chain. The supply chain is looking very meager. It's looking really weak. Because if you figure we've had what is it, 3 years now of bad growing seasons, or is it 4? Three or 4. So oh, I know how that is, Marge. But what I did was I didn't get to can crap this year. I mean, absolutely nothing. I didn't get to can a darn thing. I didn't have a garden. And didn't have stuff sent to me like before. Plus, I didn't get to go to farmers markets because everything was closed. So I have nothing. I have nothing that is home canned. So what I did is every time I went to town, or every time Rick had to go get groceries, if I had him to grab a 4-pack of chicken for us to use, I'd have him to grab another 4-pack of chicken just so we could sit back. Good morning, Vincent. I hope you're having a blessed day too. He'd grab a packet of toilet paper every time he went to town, whether we needed it or not. Plus, I bought some of those. Oh my goodness. Morning, Denise. Oh, I've got canning supplies, girl. I just don't have the stuff to put in them. I've got my canning supplies. I just don't have the things to put in them. All of our farmers markets and stuff was closed down. My garden, my goats wiped it out. If it wasn't for the goats, it was chickens. If it wasn't the chickens, it was a stupid dog. I looked at Rick and I said, we got to build a good garden with a good fence. So you missed the strawberries and peaches? Well, honey, I didn't even get to get apples this year. I didn't get to get any peaches, no strawberries, no nothing, because all the farmers markets here, there were none. And I got another dog wanting in. Hold on. Heaven forbid they all come in at once. So everything I've got stored back now is store-bought. Well, we're in apple season here too, but with all this mess going on, girl, there ain't nobody getting rid of nothing. Because I used to can apples, can apple pie filling, make apple syrup, and all sorts of stuff. And everybody's hanging on to what they got because they know it's going to be getting rough. So I've just been having to buy. When I go to town, I buy extra. When Rick goes to town, he buys extra. Oh my God, another dog. Hurry up. Oh my Lord, you're dirty. I don't know how in the world you got mud on your face. Good Lord, Bella. But oh, and how's she doing? How's she doing, Christy? But I have a freezer full. I'm thinking about canning a bunch of it. And then because if the grid goes down, you gotta have a place to put it. Quit coughing and give you COVID. This is called chicken poop aftermath. Did you get some of the lanterns? But I tell you what, if power goes down, I might have to be canning my little full head off just to get what's in my freezer. Yeah, that's how it works. Of course, I ain't got Alzheimer's and my days and nights are mixed up. Oh, is everything COVID now? Well, mine would be called chicken poo COVID. Man, I cleaned that chicken house out yesterday and whew. I have CRS. I guess I need to say CRC because I can't remember crap. It's nicer than CRS. But I probably have at least enough in here to get us for 3 months. But I want more than that. I told Rick, I said I at least want 6 months. I said I'd really like to have a year. And he looked at me so stupid. And he goes, I call my pickup Dory because when he goes to turn, it does that sound, and my son says it sounds like a whale. I said, shut up and leave Dory alone. She knows how to speak well. Because my power steering pump in my truck is messing up. And I just named my truck Dory. So I told him it speaks well. But I would love to have a year's worth of food at least stored back. I ain't got that much. Because like I told him, I said, like this year, the blame goats and stuff got into everything. You couldn't keep the goats out. You couldn't keep the dogs out. And but he's wanting to put the garden where the cows are right now. And I thought, well, that's got a decent fence. That'll keep most of the critters out. But we got to have the other fence built for the cows. Because that little place we have them in is getting too little. They're starting to lose weight on me. So and they eat all the time. But he told me yesterday I may have to get rid of Lovey because Lovey's just getting where she's very mean to the others. Lucy's just laid back and mellow. Lovey's just being a B word. Lily, she's laid back. But I mean, Lovey, she's mean to the others. Well, Lovey takes those horns and just starts ramming them into the sides of the others. And Rick said, babe, he said, if she keeps doing that, he said, we're going to have to get rid of her. He said, because if the others ever get bred, and he said she does that, you know, she's going to cause them to lose them. And I said, yeah, I know. But I told him, I said, well, maybe if they're in a bigger pen or a bigger area, maybe she won't act like that. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. Well, every time I go to Walmart, I pick up a case or two of jars. I pick up canning lids. I pick up all sorts of stuff. So I pick it up. I have it on stock. believe me, I have canning supplies. I just don't have the things to put in them. Oh, well, our Walmart in town, we still have all that stuff. Knock on wood. That's why I pick up every time I go to town, I'll pick up a case or two of jars. Y'all, I probably have I probably have about 30 cases. I'll be right back. Oh, go away, crazy. But yeah, I'm not lacking in the canning jars or canning lids. Morning, Dawn. Yeah, it's ridiculous online. Well, I've been stocking up because I can reuse the jars, can't reuse the lids. So I probably have, when I buy a case of jars, I buy 2 packages of lids. So, yeah. So if I buy 2 cases of jars, I buy 4 packs of lids. So I've been doing that for a while. I've been stocking up on those for, gosh, probably 3 years or so. What is it, beautiful? So I'm not too worried about the canning supplies itself. It's the stuff to put into the jars that I can't get a hold of. Ugh. Please, somebody take a cat. I really don't like cats. Unless they're big old cats. I love big cats. But yeah, I have the canning stuff. I'd say I got a good 30 cases of jars. And gosh, I couldn't tell you how many lids I've got. I've got a crap load. I usually buy, when I buy a case of jars, I buy 2 boxes of lids and 1 box of rings every flipping time. And let me tell you, my husband, I wish I could, but my son and them, or whoever had this stupid cat first, had it declawed. So she can't take care of herself. That's the only reason this crazy thing's in my house. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I've been begging my son to get a place of his own. That way he can have his stupid cat. I've probably got a year supply around my waist chipper. Oh, girl, I love dogs. I am a dog fanatic. I am a goat fanatic. I love chickens and I love cows. The only cats I like are, we're talking big cats. We're talking huge cats. We're talking mountain lions and things like that. I don't like cats. My friends, no, she's still got her back claws, but she don't have her front claws. My friends that live about 4 or 5 miles from me, they had a mountain lion since he was, oh my God, he, oh, I think his eyes were barely open when they got him. And I would go and feed him and play with him and all sorts of stuff for years. I think Scooter was 15 when he finally passed away. Now, I love big cats. Me and him would play. Boy, he would play rough too. I want an animal that I can actually play with, that I ain't got to be afraid I'm going to hurt it. As you can notice, most of my dogs are pretty good sized dogs except for the 2. Of course, I'm getting too old to wrestle with critters anymore, but I have 4. I have 4 dogs. I have Blue. He is a Dane and Mastiff mix. I have Bella. She's a Great Pyrenees. I have Bear. He's a Pug Zoo. He's half Pug and Shih Tzu. Just a minute, Bella, and I'll let you out. I have Domino, which is supposed to be Red Heeler and Basset Hound. He looks more like a Red Heeler and Weenie Dog. I gotta let Bella out. Are you gonna go take care of the animals now? You come in and eat. There you go. Yeah, it's a very crazy combination. But now Blue, he weighs, I'd say Blue's weighing pushing 180 pounds. 100, anywhere from 180 to 190. Bella probably weighs close to 100, maybe. And the other one's Bear. He's a Shih Tzu pug. But I'd say that little dog weighs close to 40 pounds. He's a fat little thing. And Domino, he probably weighs, he'd weigh 25 to 30 pounds, but he's all muscle. But people, when they pull up in my driveway and Blue looks in their, can stand flat-footed and look in their window, they tend not to get out unless he knows them. Yeah, he's a big boy. He likes Wes. But yeah, Blue likes Wes S. and his wife. Well, all my dogs like them, but I think Blue likes them better than any of them. Bella loves everyone. Blue's a little pickier. Domino loves everyone. Bear likes everyone, but he's more standoffish. I'll probably show y'all what we've been building in the pantry. I'll do a video, and then I gotta do I gotta do an update on the cows. Lily's losing weight. Lily's losing weight big time, but it's because of Lovey. Every time Lily tries to eat, Lovey's getting to where she's running her off, and she won't let Lily eat. So we've been having to lock Lovey up the last 2 nights to where Lily can eat. So but I told Rick, I said, Lily's losing too much weight. And I said, it's all because of Lovey being a butt. And he goes, yeah. I really don't want to sell Lovey because holy crap, where'd y'all go? Oh, there you are. Because she's going to make a beautiful milk cow, and she's already letting me mess with her udders. But if she keeps her stuff up, I'm going to have to sell her because I can't have her being mean to the others. Because see, Lily, bless her little heart, her growth is so stunted anyway because she was so malnourished when we got her. Her growth is just stunted, y'all. She's not going to be very big. I hope she grows into a pretty cow because right now she's just pitifully ugly. Lucy, you can tell she has a very sweet personality, but she's still very cautious. So I think maybe she just wasn't messed with, or she may have been abused. I don't know. But Lucy has the prettiest face. She's got that black on each side with the white down the middle. she's one of those cows you just want to take a picture of and hang up in the house. She has that pretty face. Lovey, she's as sweet as she can be if the other cows are not around. But if the other cows are around, she's mean. She's even being mean to little man. She's knocking him away from the food. I can't have his, I can't have his growth stunted. But Lovey, she's beautiful. I mean, as far as she's gotten huge, y'all, she is huge compared to what she was when I got her. Lucy's big compared to what she was when I got her. Lily's big compared to what she was when I got her. But Lucy's just being or not Lucy, Lovey's just being a B word. I mean, she is. She's just being a B word. And I told Rick, I said, do you think she'll straighten up after they're in a much bigger area? He said, I don't know. He said, just get prepared to sell her if you have to. He said, you ain't going to need over 2 milk cows anyway. So. Now, see, my dogs, they're really good. They all share the same bowl. Blue lets Bear and Domino eat first. Well, Bear eats. Then he'll go lay down. Domino will go eat. He'll lay down. I'll fill the bowl back up. Blue goes and eats. And then usually about the time Blue's finished eating, the bowl's empty. So I fill the bowl back up, and Bella scratches on the door to come in to eat. She's my guardian dog. She comes in, she eats, she plays with the other dogs a little bit and goes outside. I have to say, knock on wood. Morning, Julie. I have to say, knock on wood, my dogs get along unless there's scraps. If there's table scraps, you put that the fight is on. But if it's dog food, they stand back and are very nice to each other. But usually if there's table scraps, it's Bear and Blue that get into it. Which you take a little pug shih tzu mix, trying to beat up a Great Dane Mastiff mix. He would be one bite to Blue, but Blue will just growl at him and slap him on the head, and it's over. You have to cook for her. Please, somebody say I want this cat. I'll bring her to you if you're within a decent distance. I don't cook for my dogs. My dogs eat Pro-Fat. They do get my scraps off my plate. A 16-year-old long-haired dachshund. But I mean, when I get through eating, and it's so funny when they'll sit there and they'll watch. And when I get through eating, they'll look at me, and whatever's on my plate, they'll get in a line, and they're very nice if I do it this way. If I dump it in a bowl, all you know what breaks loose. But if I have it on a fork and I call the dog's name, the others will sit there patiently because they know I'm going to go down the line and every one of them is going to get something. And they eat off my fork and I go wash my plate and my fork. I tell you what, Marge, I would bring her to you. I would bring her to you in a heartbeat if you was closer. She's one of them cats you love to hate. Oh, when she first came here, she was Satan's spawn. She would look at me, she would hiss, she would chase me down the hall trying to tear my legs up. If you tried to pick her up, she would slap you in the I don't know how many times. She'd get up on my chair and I'd turn and look at her and she'd hiss and carry on and knock my glasses off my face. She was a B word. And now look at her. She was horrible. I was ready to put a bullet in her head. She was awful. She was awful. I could be on Skype talking with my friend Betty, which is Lady B. Betty goes, "Oh my God, that cat is horrible." I said, "I know it." I said, "I can't stand this cat." Well, within about 3 days, she was just like, I was hers, and it was like, oh my gosh. Oh, your wiener dog's 5 pounds? Well, knock on wood, the only one that has kind of pew pew breath is Blue. He's the big dog. Well, my dogs share with me, but morning, morning Pink. But oh, they hear the crows out there. Yeah. What you wanting? What you want, Abby? Don't get on the computer deal. No. You don't have to go through there. You can go, there you go. I share with my dogs. I mean, when I get through eating, they get what's on my plate. But they have to sit back and wait till I'm done. I cannot stand for a dog to come up and start when you start eating, they start begging. And they're just right there trying to get in your face and beg. And it's like, nope, 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 nope. So mine sit back and wait their turn because they know they'll get a turn. But they'll go to Rick when Rick's through too, and he shares what's on his plate with them. He mainly just shares with Blue though, and I share with all of them. So what all are y'all's plans today? I mean, mine ain't much. Real crap. Hold on, I gotta get a What's wrong, Domino? Ouch. Well, I want to start going places too. I told Rick, I said, when something happens to these dogs, he said, well, when something happens to Blue, I said, he goes, I'm getting another big dog. I said, that's fine, but the bugger ain't coming in the house. I said, I'm tired of dogs being in the house. He goes, well, what about when something happens to your dogs? I said, I doubt I get another dog in the house. I just want working dogs. I don't want lazy dogs. And Bella has really gotten good about staying with the goats. So, I mean, she comes in and eats, and she'll lay down and take a nap, but then she goes back outside. See, I can't stand for the dogs to be in the kitchen with me. Not when I'm cooking. But I have one, Domino. He's right underfoot. And you tell him, Domino, get out of the kitchen. Domino, get out of the kitchen. And he'll go hide in the corner. He will not get out of that kitchen. It makes me mad, a dog getting in my kitchen. I asked Rick, I said, can you build me some sort of a gate? He just looked at me like I was retarded. Yeah. Your beagle can't be trusted in the kitchen. Well, my deal is I can be cooking and he will get right there under my feet. You go to back up, you're stepping on a dog. You go to the side, you're stepping on a dog. Now, Blue, he gets it because he knows he's not allowed in the kitchen. He will lay crossways in that kitchen door watching me. Morning, angel lady. Just you gotta go to doctors and post office, and then if you want to take a nap, huh? Well, I've just got to take care of my chickens, my goats, and well, I really ain't got to take care of the goats. They're running free because the goats and the cow don't get along. Oh, did you? It's expensive starting out, Angel, but it's so much cheaper in the long run. I think I get 3 or 4 cartons out of one bag of this. Oh, you think they have PMS right now? Well, Blue, oh, the little one that slides like this. Your elbows will start hurting. You roll very many cigarettes with one of those, and your elbows, your wrists, and stuff will start hurting. Oh, bye, Dawn. You have a blessed week too, Marge. Thank you. But if you can get one of those, oh, okay. I thought, whoa, Dawn's leaving. She just said bye. I thought, Lord, did I piss her off? Oh yeah. I've never put a dog in a well, I mean, I've never had to pay to put a dog in a kennel. Um, we always took our dogs with us, but since we had these dogs, we've not been anywhere. We have not traveled. Oh my gosh. We have not traveled. Well, Kate, it was 2 years before we got Kate. Kate's 13. We ain't traveled in over 15 years. We have been nowhere. Um, well, I take that back. When Rick and I was having issues and I had to just get away for a while, I went to visit Betty, Lady B, in West Virginia for a week. We had a teenage daughter that, oh Lord, y'all, whew, you couldn't make her mind. She was doing stuff to cause problems with me and Rick. And I just told Rick, I said, I've got to get away. I've got to get out of here. I got to get my brain straight. So while Kate Bug was on vacation, which the other girl was too, me and Kate Bug, we went to West Virginia. And of course, our other daughter had turned 18, the one that was causing the issues. She had turned 18 in February. And me and Kate Bug went to West Virginia. It was in March. And her and her dad had got into it several times. Because I thought, you know what? I'm going to leave this to you to deal with because you won't let me make her mind. He would not let me make that child mind at all. She did no wrong. Well, while me and Kate was gone, she gave him HE double hockey sticks. And we came home. At that time, I was living in the cabin, y'all. I could not take living in the same house with that child. I was going nuts. I came home. I got home about 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning. I drove straight through. Me and Kate, we went to bed. And she had left that morning without telling her daddy where she's going or what she's doing. She came in that night and he told her to sit her butt down, and she went to throwing a fit. And he told her, he said, you either sit down or there's the door. And she walked out the door. She took off. Not bye, Julie. Anyway, it was hard. It was hard. I wasn't going to leave my kids. I was in my cabin if they needed me, which was in the front yard. But oh, Lance, it was a time, y'all. Me and Rick darn near got divorced. We darn near got divorced. And I just told him, I said, Wiz at that point, I told him, I said, I'll always love you. But I said, with what you're allowing her to do to me, I said, I will not deal with. So anyway, he found out everything she'd been doing. And he thought I was lying to him. Well, she'd been gone about 6 or 8 months. And we were seeing a family counselor. So the family counselor wanted to talk to her too, because the counselor couldn't believe all the crap that was going on. So the counselor asked her, she goes, oh, yeah. And she's telling the counselor, I just want my family back and all this bull crap. Anyway, we're sitting here in the dining room because the counselor come out here. And so the counselor went to asking her, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? And she just busted out laughing and said, yeah. And Rick looked at her. The counselor said, well, why did you do this? She said, who was going to stop me? He wasn't. And he just started bawling and saying, babe, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I told him, I said, it's okay. He goes, no, it's not okay. And after that, me and him got back together. And he's been wonderful ever since. Yeah. She sat there and busted out laughing and admitted everything to the counselor. And Rick just started bawling. I mean, he was just bawling. He said, I didn't know. I said, you didn't open your eyes. I said, she was doing it right in front of you. I said, you chose not to see it. I said, because she could do no wrong. Me too, but I tell you what, girl, I prayed hard. I mean, it was so bad that I had ordered that building. And when they deliver those storage buildings, there's no insulation, no nothing in it. It was 20 degrees outside, and I was living in that thing with no insulation, no nothing. I was freezing to death, but it was better being in there than being in this house. So everything that was done to that cabin, I did. I did the wiring. I did the insulation. I did it all. I had Rick to show me what to do, and he showed me, and I did it. I'd be sitting on Skype talking to my friends because I had internet. I just strung a cable over there so I'd have internet. I'd be talking to my friends on Skype, just shaking, and you could just see my breath. And they was like, "Oh no, no, no!" But I told them, I said, "Oh, this is nothing compared to living in that house." I said, "You think it's cold in this shed?" I said, "You ought to go in that house." I mean, yeah, they had my wood stove, which was my wood stove, but I wasn't going to take it from them because my kids were in this house. So, but I just went and bought insulation and plastic wrap, put the insulation up and put the plastic wrap up to try to keep the insulation from getting in my bed. And I got me one of my friends had got me one of those little buddy heaters, and that's what kept me warm, was a little buddy heater. I had a little crock pot I cooked in. I put me a stove in, run my propane for my wood for my cook stove, and then fix me a propane line that went for one of those infrared heaters. I moved in the shed in January and moved back in the house in May. Or was it June? May or June? Oh, when I first moved in, I didn't even have a bed. I was sleeping on the floor. I wasn't taking the bed. I wasn't taking nothing. I just started over from scratch. I wasn't taking nothing away from them. So when I say I have a cabin, I have a cabin. I bought and paid for it myself. It's mine, period. It's not ours, it's mine. But now I've got to get electric ran to it because we moved the cabin. Now, Rick did put the attic ladders in for me. Well, we dropped down below freezing 3 or 4 days in 1 week. That it was cold. I mean, it was cold. But I just fixed a wall up in that bedroom, and me and the little buddy heater, I had the little buddy heater in my bedroom. And at that time, that's the only place I only had enough money to put insulation in that one part of the bedroom. I use that, they call it rock wool. It's a gray looking insulation that's in big sheets. They say mice and stuff don't like it. So that's what I used. I believe if you go to I think he might have used it. Prepper Nurse 1. You know Ed over at Prepper Nurse 1? If you'll look at what insulation he was putting in his little cabin, that's what I used. I like it better than the fiberglass insulation. You don't itch as bad. I don't like that Owens Corning insulation. It'll itch you to death. But that rock wool didn't bother me. Now it bothered Kate Bug when Kate Bug tried to it is a little more expensive than the rock wool, than the Owens Corning. It is. I ain't gonna lie to you, it is. It cost me now to do the bottom. We're not talking about the rafters because my rafters still ain't done. But or the ceiling. It cost me it was a 12 by 40. It's a 12 by 40 building. It cost me $750 for just the insulation. But I bought it one bag at a time. And that was just the walls. But I'm going to tell you what, after I got that stuff up on the walls, even without the ceiling being insulated, that little buddy heater would run your butt out of there. You'd be wanting to open windows. It would get hot. Yeah, it was $30 a roll. Oh, I know, Dawn, but right at that time I was just worried about getting the biggest part of the windbreak. You know what I mean? I think I bought 2 rolls at a time. Cat, please. I would say yours would cost about half of what mine did. Yours is probably about $350 for just the walls. But also on that I had several deals left over where I could have started on the. I think I had like 4 sheets left over, where I could have started on the rafters, but I didn't think 4 sheets was going to do nothing. They're still up there. I haven't. They're on the loft. I haven't put them in yet. But even Wes S. and his wife, they come down and they stayed in the summertime, and they stayed in my cabin, even with the rafters being still exposed. They said that little air conditioner got cold. Yeah, the insulation is the most important thing. And I just put that well, they call it OSB board now. We always called it wafer board. I ended up buying it 2 sheets at a time and putting it up on my walls. But I had done my wire. First thing I did was my wiring. And then I did my insulation. Now I lucked out on the wiring. We had wiring here. And I asked Rick, I said, do you mind if I use it? And he said, no, go ahead. So I wired the whole cabin with what we had. And he took well, the service cable I had to purchase. So he took and he wired it from the box to the meter, but I had did the wiring in the house. Oh, I love my wood stoves. Or I love my wood stove. I'm wanting a wood cook stove. I'm wanting to put a wood cook stove in the cabin. That way it can be used for heat too, just keep a fire going. But it don't take a lot to heat up that little cabin. But I want a wood cook stove. That way, not only will it keep the cabin warm, but you're not using the electric or nothing to cook or propane to cook with. It can serve 2 purposes. I cook on my regular, that wood stove right there. I cook on it. But it doesn't have an oven. So when the power goes out and you're needing to use an oven, you have to do a makeshift oven. I'll show you how I do my makeshift oven one of these days. Oh, it's not, it's easy. It just seems like it would be overwhelming. Now, putting the stovepipes together, I'm going to be honest with you, because they don't come together. You have to put, you have to put them together and lock them in, and they just come in like a little sheet that's bowed, and you have to lock them in and everything. All right, Angel. And you have to lock them in and put them together and all that stuff. The hardest thing to do is to run it through your ceiling. They're easy to run through a window, but I don't like them going out a window. I want them to go out the ceiling. Or you can run them through your wall, but then I don't really like that either, because you don't want insulation that close to your stovepipe. You don't want wood close to your stovepipe. So it's just easier to go out the ceiling, because you can buy the ceiling kits and put it through there. Well, I understand that. I understand that, Christy. But it'll seal off good if you do it right. You'll never have to worry about it. But you can put your stovepipe out a window. Just get some of that cement board and put it in your window, cut a hole, stick the pipe through it. There you go. You need the HardieBacker. But if you're going to run it through a wall, no, it'll draw right. You just got to make sure you have the right length of pipe. We didn't have any problems with ours when we had it running. Well, you can't see it now. The hutch is in the way. There's a window beside that window right there that we put the HardieBacker in, and just have a hole cut out that it goes through the window. But Rick took that whole window out and just done HardieBacker. I can't remember if his is out the window or if his is out his wall. But his doesn't go straight through the ceiling. I know that. I think Ed might have put it out his wall. I can't remember. You'll have to watch. I can't remember. But it'll still draw good, honey. You just got to make sure you have the right amount of stovepipe. I believe it's 3 foot of stovepipe, 3 or 4 foot of stovepipe above your roof line, I believe. I can't remember. See, we need 3 more foot added to this one. Mr. Brown just ain't done it yet. But no, it'll draw. Now I'm gonna tell you, a wood stove like this will run your butt out of a little bit cabin. You don't want to put too much heat unless you live in a very, very cold climate. Because, I mean, they put out heat. Ooh. Oh my gosh, y'all, I've been on here almost 2 hours. But if you'll just start getting get your wiring in, unless you've already got it wired. Once you have it wired, just start buying 1 or 2 bags of your insulation at a time. Don't go crazy. Don't go and just buy it all at once, because you'll get yourself overwhelmed. Just buy a bag or 2 at a time and start putting it up. Just put it up as you get it, and you won't be overwhelmed. But what I did is, after I got it up, I took and oh, I know, Aid. I have. Okay, Dawn, you take care, babe. Thanks for coming. But if you'll do it one at a time, just do it one bag at a time. Get you, I went to Dollar Tree and I bought the plastic drop cloth. And I just took that plastic drop cloth, and of course I bought me one of those little hand staple guns. You know what I'm talking about. Well, hi, Jamie. And just started stapling my plastic over where I had pulled it tight, and started stapling my plastic over where I had put my insulation. And then I'd do another bag of insulation and then put the plastic over it, and just kept doing it that way. Honey, in no time, I had the whole thing insulated. And that was just doing it one or two bags at a time. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it took me 7 bags to do the whole bottom. And then I still had several sheets out of that bag left over that I just set up in the loft. So, I mean, you're looking at maybe for your area, 3 to 4 bags, Christy, for just to get the bottom done. That's not counting the rafters. But 7 bags would probably even do get you your whole deal. That would probably include your rafters. Now, as long as do you have wood between your tin and your rafters? Did they use OSB? Oh, they're just being asses. Go solar then, baby. Go solar. Okay, well, see, if you have OSB between your tin and your rafters, then you won't have to worry about that space. You can just take and you won't have to worry about condensation. You can just go ahead and put your insulation up there. Oh, it's a Dirksen. Okay. But if it's not going to be that big of a if you're not going to be using that big of a building, which is yours building is small, honey, I would go with solar panels. I mean, you're not going to be running that much electric. Y'all, I'm going to have to run to the restroom. My water bill is kicked in. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you put that up, you won't have to worry about the condensation. So that's a good thing. And also that rock wool insulation that I was talking about is also fire resistant. That's another reason I wanted it. It costs a little more, but it's worth it. You know, fiberglass insulation will go up in flames just like that. But this rock wool stuff, it I don't like cats. But the rock wool stuff, it is flame resistant. Now, it's not fireproof, but it's flame resistant, and mice do not like it. So you don't have to worry about mice digging through it. Or bedding up in it, because they just don't like it. Domino, shut up and let Blue sleep. I like the rock wool. It does not itch as bad. You shut up too. It don't itch as bad. It's easy to put up. Just make sure you get the right size. If they say, okay, I had them to do my shed that's supposed to have been on 16-inch centers. So I paid extra for that because normally they do them on 2 foot. Well, girl, some of mine are 16-inch centers. Some of them are 2 foot centers. I think they just looked to see where they could put a deal and just stick it up there. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Abe. But like I said, some of my studs are 16. Some of them are 24. I think the stupid buggers just got crazy and just said, oh, we're just going to do what we can do and just stick it where we want to stick it. It wasn't that bright. And, but yeah, you just take that stuff, cut it. It comes in a big roll. You just cut it however long you need it. You stick it up in the wall, move to the next one. It is easy to put up. Good morning, Vi. How are you? But yeah, it's simple to put up. I mean, simple. And honestly, wiring is easy. Now, what I did when I put in my breaker box, I made sure wherever I was going to have a little air conditioner, they were on their own breakers. I never put more than 2 plugs on one breaker because I didn't want it being like this stupid house. You're watching TV and you have a light on, you plug in your vacuum cleaner and it pops a breaker. Boy, it pisses me off. I didn't want that crap in the cabin. So I never put more than 2 plugs on one breaker. I am doing wonderful, honey. Actually, most of my plugs are on one breaker. Each air conditioner had its own breaker. Night, Vincent. Good morning, Gardner 67. How are you? But when you go to do it, if you're gonna have 2 little air conditioners, make sure you put each air conditioner on its own breaker. And it is simple. Oh my gosh, girl. It is simple. Oh, you blow fuses. Now mine just blows breakers. I told Rick, I said, I wish whoever all right, I guess I have a warped sense of humor. I told Rick, I said, I wish whoever built this house had it shoved up there, you know what, and I had a feather shoved up mine and we'd both be tickled. I get so pissed. But yeah, I get so pissed. I mean, you be doing something, you be tootling along, you'll have on the TV, which I never run the TV during the day. But he can have on the TV. I bet you I tripped that breaker 10 times last week because he had his TV on, a fan on, and a light, and I was vacuuming and pop, breaker. I get so pissed. But yeah. That's the way it is here, Christy. That is exactly the way it is here. Oh, okay. Okay, Abe. But yeah, mobile homes, they put as many plugs on one breaker as they can put. And it is stupid. It is stupid. And back in the old days, you know, they did the same thing because they didn't know any different. But when I talked to a friend of mine that was an electrician, and he told me, he said, Dana, he said, if you can, darling, he said, put every plug on its own breaker. He said, that way you'll never be tripping anything. And he said, you make sure you put one of them ground fault plugs in your bathroom. Well, where I was going to put my bathroom, I put my ground fault plug in, but I never did put the bathroom in. But it does have a ground fault plug. But I did the wiring. I ran the wire. I even put the wires in the breaker box. I did everything. Rick showed me what to do with one. I did the rest. Now, Rick did, because I can't handle heights, Rick put in the ceiling fan for me. And he put in the attic ladders for me. Which, when you go to Lowe's, if you decide you want to put, I don't know how yours is built, but mine's built like a barn because I wanted lofts. The shortest attic ladders you can get is like 10 foot. So what we did was we put the attic ladders up there. We unfolded it. Well, we held it in place and we unfolded it, seen where it needed to be, because we clamped it, seen where it needed to be. Rick cut off the bottom, or took off the bottom rung, or the bottom the bottom section, and about that much, and it comes down so, well, I wanted the loft for when the kids wanted to stay in it. They had their own rooms. Good morning, fishes. Oh, Gardner. Yeah, they're expensive. If I'm not mistaken, that stupid breaker box that I bought for the cabin, I may be wrong, but I want to say it was close to $100. And that came with 12 breakers. But I've still got a lot of work to do in the cabin. When I get electric back out there, I'll probably be doing what I'm doing. I may do it on a live instead of doing videos, because I'm going to tell you what, it's a lot easier for me to do it on a live than it is to upload a video, because it takes 6 to 9 hours for me to upload a 10-minute video, which does not make any sense to me at all. But, you know. So I'll just have to come back and forth looking at comments. Hey, Shaky. So I'll just have to go back and forth looking at comments. I won't be able, But I've still got to do the ceiling. I've still got to do the ceiling in the cabin. And like I told Rick, I said, I'm not putting that stuff up in the lofts until I get those lofts done. So when Wes and his wife comes, I'll just have to have everything shoved in one room, or they can have the bedroom. Because I told Rick, I said, I'm not putting nothing in those lofts until I get them done. And now that it's getting cool weather, I'll probably start working in the cabin again, because, oh, Lord, it's hot out there during the day. Yes, I'm going to do rock wool in the ceiling too. I am doing great today, brother. How are you? I may have to go get me some socks on, y'all. My toes are getting cold. Hey, there you go, girl. I got a new toy in the mail. I ordered. But what I like is It's not in the way there. And all I have to do is happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you. Well, it comes with a little, that's a hard sheath. Look at that. So, but I also thought, well, you know what? I go to town or whatever. All I have to do is this. Nobody knows I got it. I mean, you can't see it, and it's right here. So all I would have to do is come up underneath my shirt and just pull. I mean, I just thought, well, that's just a little more added protection. You know what I mean? And I don't know what I did with my others. I have no clue what I did with them, y'all. But I also got me some of these little things. And they come in a little pouch so they won't get scratched. I don't need it for lighting fires. I need it in case I break my glasses. Because I have fire rods, I have lighters, I have matches. I thought, I need it in case I lose my glass or break my glasses. Oh, well, honey, I carry pocket knives and stuff too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then they'll never know I got it. They'll just think I just got a necklace on. They'll never know it's a knife under there. Well, I use Dollar Tree reading glasses too. But worst comes to worst, and I'm in a situation that I broke my glasses. Well, these are not Dollar Tree, these are prescription. But if something happens and I broke my glasses, at least I have these. And it'll slide. Oh, hold on. Let me get one out. It's the size of a credit card. It'll slide right in there. But how does what work? The little plastic thing? This? Okay. Let's see what we can find. All right, you see that? Now this also has a little ruler on it. If you look real close, there's a little ruler. But see, it magnifies your words so you can see them. It's just a magnifying glass. You can also use it to start fires. And y'all, I got 6 of these, or what was it, 8? 6-pack for like $7 on Amazon. Now you can get a 20-pack on Amazon for about the same price, but they don't have the little, they don't have the little red thing, and they don't have the ruler like that. They're just the plain. I wanted this, the little pouch to keep it from getting scratched up. And of course I got, what the heck?
I lost the thread there.
What?
Can you phrase it another way?
What the hell? What the heck was that? Oh, sweetheart, I have trifocals. But I also got some of these. There was 8, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 8. 8 in a box. Oh, yes, I have trifocals. I'm that blind. But just little flat safety whistles. I know. Did y'all hear that stupid computer start talking to me? I was like, what the hell? Yeah. But yeah. But I thought, worst comes to worst, I have stuff. And with the way stuff's going on in this world today, I'd rather have more stuff than to try to keep me a little safer than. No, the progressive lenses is okay. If you go out in the sun, they'll change into sunglasses, okay? I have, mine are progressive too. So if I go out in the light, my glasses will start turning dark. That's progressive. Trifocals is you have a magnifier down here, another magnifier here, and just your regular glasses here. Oh, I was like, it was so weird. And the cat wasn't even up here. The computer just went stupid. Oh, yeah, mine don't have the lines either. Yeah, mine don't have the lines either. But if you notice when I'm talking to y'all and I'm looking into the camera, I can look out this part right here. See y'all clearly. I look down a little bit and I can see whatever's in front of me kind of clearly. But if I look completely down at the very bottom, I can see what y'all are writing clearly. So if you notice when my eyes go to the bottom of my glasses, like right now, I can read what y'all are saying. But if I look up here and try to look at what y'all are saying, it's blurry. I'm telling y'all, I'm blind. Now I can see far away. That's what's weird is I can see far away without glasses. I can see plainly away from me. But if it's close to me, it's blurry. But yeah. I'm a very odd person. I can see far away. I can see good far away. I can't see worth a crap up close to me. And used to, I could see at night like you would not believe. We used to go fishing with my friends, and we always fished at night. And, we didn't have bells and things back then that you put on your poles now, the little ring, if you was getting a bite. And we sure didn't have glow-in-the-dark bobbers. Well, we're sitting there one night, and I was watching. I looked at my friend Robert. I said, "Are you going to pull that fish in or not?" He goes, "I ain't got a bite." I said, "Yeah, you do." He goes, "No, you don't." I said, "Yeah, you do." I said, "Reel it in." Well, he reeled it in, and there's a fish, and from then on they called me Cat Eyes. He goes, "How in the world did you see that?" I said, I can see better at night than I can during the day. They do mine too. They do mine too, Shaky. That's why I have mine on. Yeah, I have stigmatism. My eyes are formed weird. Um, that's why I have my computer always set on night mode. Well, I mean, the only reason I didn't get the lines is because my eye goes to that stupid line every time. I don't know, it automatically draws my eye to that line, and I just can't get my eyes off that line. So I went with the progressive because, well, I don't want to see that line because it draws my attention too much. Well, ours has dental. Not very good. Ours has eye care, which is not very good, but it's something. Now, I do have contacts. They had to give me the soft contacts because, well, with the stigmatism, it means your eyes are formed weird. They're not completely round. They have bulges in them. So oh, that's cool. Because I had asked about the hard lenses, for my eyes, and they said with me having astigmatism that I would be better off getting the soft lenses because with the hard lenses, it would be hard to fit my eye. So, but I do have contacts. I have heck putting them boogers in. Have you tried real tears? Or do you wear contacts? Do you wear contacts, Vi? If you wear contacts, they make a special. Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you make contacts, they make a special eye drop for contacts. Try. Have you ever tried Real Tears? Oh, fishes. But Real Tears works pretty well. Please, cat, stay away. Please, damn it. Yeah, I hear you, you crazy cat. Hey, Oily. How are you, Tasha? There's a brand called Real Tears. They seem to work pretty good, but you don't want to put a lot of them in there. You don't want to overfill. One drop will do it. Trust me. Oh, poot for a cat. Don't know why you have to jump up there. Going to the floor anyway. Crazy cat. Hi, Kimmy. How are you, hon? I am wonderful. Got a little bit of sinus going on this morning from cleaning out the chicken house yesterday, but I should have wore a mask, but I hate them things. But next time I know to wear a stupid mask. But my little chick, I hit my light. But my little chickies are happy. They have a bigger running area. Doing good. I finally got muscles here yesterday. I talked my daughter and her new boyfriend into helping move the little chick brooder. Well, it ain't little. Into the chicken house. So I had to get them out of the little brooder and put them into the bigger brooder. So now I lost one of my chicks. Okie Rob gave me 38 baby chicks. I lost one. So I have 37 baby chicks. And They needed a bigger brooder than what I had. What accident? What did I miss? Oh, before you leave, you tell me what accident you had. I don't get on Facebook much. Girl, it takes almost 10 hours for me to load a 10-minute video. Oh. Okay, brother. I didn't know you had an accident. I'm sorry. Oh, my Lord. So that's why you said you were hurting. Oh, I missed what? Give me paint. Oh, your living room and kitchen. Cool. That makes sense why you're saying you was hurting. Because I was thinking, what happened? What made him hurt? Oh, Steve, I'm sorry. Ooh, that'll be pretty, Kimmy. Well, I'll keep you in my prayers, Steve. Man. Y'all, I'm gonna have to run put some socks on. I'll be right back. My feet are cold as little frogs. I'll be right back. No, you crazy cat. Y'all want out? Come on. I might as well sit on up. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Oh, those socks feel so much better on my tootsies. I think it was 40 something degrees this morning. It was like, yes. But my teeth and feet are like, no. Crap. I locked the dog in the bedroom. I'm coming. Oh, when my feet get cold, I'm cold all over. Oh, is Willie leaving? Bye, Willie. Love you. So, oh, that poor dog. I have got to get him some flea medicine. Oh, well, y'all, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day as far as YouTube goes, because I got to get busy. I can't be on here no 6 hours. So, well, everybody's got to leave anyway. So, remember, y'all, the world is a better place because y'all are in it. Please never forget it. And I love y'all, each and every one. Y'all take care. Bye. There it is.